Don't be a flake. Don't run away from your feelings, babe. Don't be afraid. Don't be ashamed. Don't hesitate to say, hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Hey, babe.
Hi, everybody. It's the Ian Fidance takeover of Hey Babe. That's right. I'm your old pal, Ian, and Chrissy and Sal are stuck somewhere on the Verrazano and the Tacony, and Chris goes, you got to get there at 10 a.m. We got to be early. We got a tight ship. And so I get here, and it's just me and Pimpy hanging out, and I couldn't be happier because they're doing taste buds after this, and DeRosa on the phone yesterday goes, we got to keep it really tight. I got a tight schedule. So this is the best. I'm sitting here, I'm dangling my feet like I'm on a kid on a roller coaster. And
they had me come at 8 a.m.
For what? I don't know. So you can sit here with your thumb up your ass? Oh, I had to carve the taste buds pumpkin since 8 a.m. Oh.
But how have you been, man? Let's check in with Ian. How's Ian?
Good. Let's do the song first.
You want to do the song?
Yeah.
Let's do it. What do you got?
Oh, all right. Since it's my show, I'm gonna make up my own song. And it's gonna cut and it's gonna end with "Babe," right?
Yes, that's the bit.
Yes. We're sitting in the office having fun. I woke up and I saw the sun. Chrissy and Sal, they're running late, but it's Ian taking over. Hey, babe.
Love it. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful, buddy.
Thank you.
Now, I'd love to hear about your Renaissance Fair excursion. That was top of my mind.
Dude, let me tell you something. We've been having the time of our lives on being Ian with Jordan. We are having the best time. We're doing silly, fun things, and we decided, let's go to the fucking New York Renaissance Fair. Jordan's gonna, we dressed up. We brought our old pal, Luke Moniz. He was a wizard. Great. Renaissance Fair type stuff. Jordan was a maiden, gorgeous, beautiful, and I dressed up as Austin Powers. Because, yeah, baby, I got lost in my time machine, baby. And if I'm being honest, I'm escaping the 60s because consent wasn't very important back then, baby. I'm escaping a series of Me Too's, shagadelic. I got a little too shagadelic and groovy, baby, yeah.
Were you well received as Austin Powers?
Dude, people loved it. It was amazing. And I don't know what is in my DNA. Maybe it's from being a dirty Delaware doozy, but I am just predisposed to being good at carnival games. You go to the beach with me, we're on a boardwalk, you're my babe, we're walking away with one of those huge things, you got an armful of stuff, I say we should give it to a kid, I go up and go, do you want this? And then the family goes, no. And dude, there were so many carnival games, I won the feats of strength. You know Luke Moniz, right?
Of course,
the
tall
tree
boy.
trunk of a human,
Yeah.
this tall guy, right? He's dinging the thing. Can't even get, you know the dinger, the thing that you hit and it go, boop,
Yeah,
ding,
yes, of course.
you know?
The carnival.
Yeah. Well, he hits it and it's like, there are all these different levels, right? And he hits a one and it goes up to pussy. And then he hit it again and it went up to not a real man. And then Jordan goes up and she hit it further than Luke, which is so funny. But, you know, and then there's like a big crowd because, you know, Austin Powers is like, yeah, baby, do it, baby, yeah. And then it's my turn. And, dude, I hauled off on this motherfucker because nobody knows how to chop wood. You smack the mallet like you're chopping wood.
Are you practicing wood chopping?
You ever go up?
Do you do wood chopping? Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
in Williamsburg. I'm chopping wood on the street.
Are you from Pennsylvania? You might chop some wood.
I just said I'm a dirty
Delaware.
Delaware doozy.
There's no fireplace in Delaware? What the hell goes on in Delaware?
Are you listening to a word I'm saying? First, you accused me of being from Philly, which thank you that they lost last night, but I still love you.
God bless.
And then you're like, is there firewood in Jersey? Or what'd you say? No, I grew up camping. So I learned how to do firewood chopping and stuff when I was little. And we go up to a yurt upstate. And Wes, the guy that did our theme song from the Lumineers, he has 2 yurts on a plot of land. And he just leaves me the keys and I go up there. It's amazing. So me, Jordan, and our friend Taylor went up there. Had a great time, but you know, I was chopping wood up there. Oh, chopping wood's a good workout.
For sure. For sure.
That's why when they do CrossFit, they take a big fucking sledgehammer and hit a tire.
True. Yeah, I mean, and also your body in a wife beater chopping wood. But I said this at Santino's birthday.
Dude.
Your body in a wife beater, outstanding.
You know, you said that, and it really stuck in my brain. I want to thank you for that because that was nice to say. And I'm shooting a special December 3rd.
Oh, congrats.
The Cutting Room, December 3rd. 2 shows, 7 and 9:30 p.m. IanFidance.com for tickets. New York City. Let's go. First
Show
special.
up, show up.
And I thought, should I film this in a wife beater and jeans and just be like my true Goomba self?
Ooh, that's kind of fun. Big belt buckle like you got on today.
Oh, yeah. Just buckle it up.
I'm not going to lie. I'm going on YouTube. I'm seeing that thumbnail. I'm clicking it.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, who's not?
That's hilarious.
Wet. So, dude, first of all, it's so funny. You were like, are you chopping wood in Brooklyn? I had a therapist once that was like, you got to get your anger out. Why don't you go home and chop some wood? And I'm like, what? Unless I find a homeless man named Wood, like there's nothing around me to chop. What are you talking about, dude? So, dude, I'm telling you, I take this mallet and I just fucking, and it goes 3/4 of the top, and everyone's like, what this Austin Powers can swing? What is happening? And they're like, whoa. I do it again a little higher, and they're like, whoa. And then I'm like, yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. I start playing the mallet like a guitar to get everyone going. And then, dude, I just, yada! And this thing pops and hits the dinger.
Wow.
And I throw the mallet like Ken Griffey Jr. hitting a home run. And man, that really, every time I want to kill myself, I think of that moment.
I'm not going to lie, though. You feel like secretly the manliest comedian. Very masculine comic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a compliment for a friend.
I appreciate that because I'm mad and there's nothing manlier than that.
Yeah, it's coming. It's in vogue.
Are you taking it back? You're like, never mind. No, I'm kidding. That was a bit gross,
But
and I'll stay
I
away
will
from
say,
that.
so that's on your Patreon, and I saw you went skydiving on your Patreon. You have the best Patreon, I think, right now.
You're the
doing
sweetest,
most.
dude.
Yeah.
This is anytime I get depressed, I'm saying, let's go. I'm gonna meet up with Pimpy,
Call me.
Mikey.
Let's do it.
And I'll tell you to get there at 8 a.m. And then so you have hours to think of compliments. No, it is funny. I feel like I am like super masculine, but in like a very like not effeminate, but I'm like very in touch with my feelings. I don't pull no punches. And I really give that up to like hardcore music.
Interesting.
Like hanging around with a bunch of tough guys, but seeing how like alpha and dumb that is. So like I'll knock someone out to tell them to like tell their friends they love them more.
It's a hidden masculinity. It's inside.
Well,
deep.
dude, so many comics. And like, if something's happening, like, dude, one time at the knitting factory, this fucking guy ran up on one of the comics and yanked the mic out of her hand. And there's no security, no one's doing nothing. And everyone's like, oh no, what do we do? And I'm like, you know, I felt like Peter Venkman in Ghostbusters 2. When he's like, you know, sometimes shit happens, and who you gonna call? And I'm like, me. So me and Scotty Chaplin run up, and he's Jersey trash, you know. He's got half a brain, you know, from like chopping chickens for his whole life. So he's just like, did that cluck? I'm gonna chop his head off. And so, dude, me and him run up on him, and the guy grabbed the mic, and he hops up on the table, and he starts to pull his pants down, and we're like, what the fuck? So we run up on him. And if somebody like mouths off to me, I'm like, Mr. De-escalate, like, hey, let's whatever. Like, I'm very like, you know, I don't want to whatever. But if I don't know what it is, but if someone does something to like a friend of mine, or if I see someone like mouthing off to a friend, do you know that place Krabby Dick's or like Dick's?
Dick's Krabby Cafe?
No, it's a place in Vegas. It's like
Krabby Dick's in Vegas.
no, it's called like Dick's. No, they insult you.
Oh, the restaurant that insults you? I forget what
Yeah,
it's called.
Dick's Last Resort. Yeah. That's the one. So, dude, me, Jordan, our friend Britt, and our friend Taylor, we go to Dick's Last Resort, right? It's like we're at Skankfest, and they're like, oh, it's a place to eat. let's go. We're hungry. I'm like, all right. So you know a bit about this, right? Like the whole staff.
They insult you, right?
They insult you. That's like their gimmick. Like you go in and then you sit, they make you wear a hat and they throw shit at you, right? I don't know this. I don't know this. So we go in and there's kind of an effeminate, overweight gay man that's like, hello. And I'm like, And they're like, hi, is the kitchen still open? And he goes, there's seating at the bar. The kitchen's not open. Go sit down. I'll decide if I want to wait on you. And I'm like, excuse me? And he insulted Jordan. And I'm like, what? And then he goes, what are you, the tattoo man? What are you, covered in tattoos? Are you the tattoo man? I go, what the fuck did you just say? And Jordan goes, no, it's okay. So the kitchen's not open? And I go, yeah, the kitchen's not open because you probably ate all the food, you fat And he goes, why'd you say that? And I go, don't say shit to my friends. And he goes, that's what we're supposed to do. And they're like, Ian, no. That's why it's called dicks. Everyone's a dick. And he goes, I got to be honest. I've been feeling really bad about myself lately. And I'm like, no. I'm sorry. I thought you were just being mean to my friends. So I hugged him and gave him $20. And I'm like, I'm so sorry.
$20 for your wounds.
I'm like, maybe you can buy a fucking diet shake with that one, fatty. Oh, I'm sorry.
What's the worst situation you've ever gotten in defending a friend?
Well, this thing at the knitting factory, all these people are like, stop. And me and Scotty run up, and Scott goes to grab the mic, and the guy pushes Scott and dumps a beer on him. And I'm like, so I just grab him and knock him in the face. Yeah. And he falls off the table, and then security ran in someone ran out, got security, they converge on him, and Nimesh came up and was like, you should probably get out of here, that's assault. And I was like, good point. And but he said it, he does black voice, so he's like, yeah, that's assault. Shit. And I was like, you right, brother, man. So I love you, Nimesh. So I fucking duck out the door, and I'm just, out of there. Apparently, they got him outside, and then a bunch of open micers from the creek started popping off to him like, you can't do that, blah, blah. And apparently the guy was in the IDF at one point. And dude, he beat the shit out of 4 guys. Shit. He took his thumb and put it in some kid's throat. And I just fucking snuck him. And I'm like, doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. And this guy wrecked house on all these
shit.
So I'm a man.
Secretly.
Yeah. Oh God.
But no, I want to know about skydiving. What the fuck was?
Oh, dude, that's very nice. Yeah, the Patreon's doing. We're having fun, man. People are really digging it. We just did a watch along party with Beetlejuice.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, so we're gonna start watching movies and whatever.
But no, I'd love to know. I've never done skydiving. Dude, are you nervous? I saw it's an hour of special. So
you gotta go.
Really?
What's your fear? What is stuff? Chris texted me.
Did you know that poor sleep can cause weight gain, mood issues, poor mental health, and lower productivity? Did you know that? And that sleeping less than 6 to 7 hours per night is linked to a reduced white blood cell count. White blood cells protect our body against illnesses and diseases, fighting virus and bacteria. Sleep is the foundation of our mental and physical health and performance in our days. Having a consistent nighttime routine is non-negotiable. That's why I want to talk to you about Beam Dream. We've been raving about Beam's Dream Powder. Their healthy hot cocoa for sleep. Remember, Sal would always talk about this, how much he loved this, and he would pass right out, and I love it too. I used it. First of all, the Beam Dream Powder hot cocoa, it tastes amazing. It's like the best tasting hot cocoa I've ever had. And today, my listeners get a special discount on Beam's Dream Powder, their best-selling healthy hot cocoa for sleep with no added sugar. Now available in delicious flavors like sea salt caramel, cinnamon cocoa, and chocolate peanut butter. Better sleep has never tasted better. A recent clinical study revealed Dream helped 93% of users wake up feeling more refreshed, and 93% reported that Dream helped them get a more restful night's sleep. If you want to try Beams, best-selling dream powder. Get up to 40% for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/heybabe and use the code heybabe at checkout. That's shopbeam, BEAM.com/heybabe. Use the code heybabe for up to 40% off. Find out why Forbes and New York Times are all talking about Beam and why it's trusted by the world's top athletes and business professionals. Go to sleep. Get Beam. Butcher Box. I love Butcher Box. Butcher Box, first of all, it is fresh meat delivered right to your door. Butcher Box has all you need for a tasty, stress-free holiday season with high-quality protein delivered to your door. I love Butcher Box. The last day to order a turkey for Thanksgiving is November 12th, 2023, folks. November 12th, 2023. That's the last day to get a turkey, so get on it. Now, listen, what do you think about it? What are your favorite holiday meals, activities, traditions? What do you like? You like turkey? You like roasting a lamb? You like a big fat meatloaf? Whatever it is, Butcher Box has the meat to get you covered. Butcher Box is something that, I've been using it to cook meat for my family. I love the prep work. I love cooking. I didn't realize until I started using Butcher Box how much cooking helps you bond with your family and how much you burn your fingertips, because when I moved, I didn't pack my oven mitts. So I just take paper towels and I try to grab hot plates, and it's stupid. And I burn my fingertips, but it doesn't matter because the meat in Butcher Box tastes so good. I forget about that. My fingertips are burnt and they all look like the tops of Jim Norton's head. This holiday season is made better by Butcher Box. For a limited time, they're offering our listeners turkey free in your box. You're going to get turkey in your box. You're getting stuffed. Turkey in your box for free, plus $20 off your first order. All you have to do is sign up today at butcherbox.com/heybabe and use the code heybabe to get this deal. Butcherbox.com/heybabe. Use the code heybabe to get this deal. Turkey free in your box with $20 off your first order. Go do it.
What's up, everybody? I got a brand new hour of material. Then November 2nd in Pittsburgh, November 3rd, Detroit, November 4th, Columbus, Ohio, November 10th and 11th, Dania Beach, Florida. Then we got New Haven, Connecticut, Providence, and Medford, followed by Phoenix, Arizona, Salt Lake City, and Denver. And then we've added San Diego, LA, and Reno, Nevada, Washington, D.C., and Nashville for the new year. ChrisDComedy.com for Tiki Wikis. Let me tell you something. Come see this material, because after I am done with this tour, I will not be on the road for probably close to a year. So if you want to see me, now's the time to do it. ChrisDComedy.com. Get your tickets as a gift. Get them for you. We have a good time. This is the material I'm the most proud of. So come out, see you. I'll kiss you on the lips.
What's up, guys? Real quick, tour dates are on sale right now at salvulcanocomedy.com. There's a big Illinois run in November leading up to my comedy special at the Vic in Chicago on December 1st and 2nd.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to you because Chris said
What'd he
he's
say?
probably only going to do 15 minutes, but he'll make it count.
Welcome to chaos.
I love it. I love it. Wait, is this Hey Babe or Chrissy Chaos?
This is Hey Babe.
Or Babe Chaos
I
Babe?
mean, what are you going to do? I don't know what's going on today.
I love it. I couldn't be happier to be here with you and just be alive in America.
It's great.
It's a
It's
good
always
day,
a good hang. It's
you
always
know?
a good hang. But there's no fear with skydiving. It's just more 5 to 6 hours for something.
It's not
that
5
kind
to
of.
6 hours.
How long did it take? You have to drive there. What's an hour in Long Island?
No, this is in Austin.
Oh.
We were down there doing the
oh.
podcast at Moon Tower.
Okay, cool.
And we're like, dude, let's go. I rented a truck, got us to this thing. It was a 45-minute drive, really fun. You know, we had to go early in the morning. We get there. Honestly, it's maybe 2 to 3 hours. You have to go through, like, you have to obviously sign all this paperwork. You have to, you know, get yelled at by a butch lesbian woman that gets mad at you for smoking and not putting your cigarette butt out in the designated smoking area, which they don't have any signs for. And then you're rude to her because you haven't had your coffee yet. And then you remember that other people exist except yourself. So you go up to them and make amends and apologize and hug each other and then find out she's the one you're skydiving with. So that's part of it.
That makes sense.
So then you got to sit through a video, like a 20-minute video, where they explain stuff to you, and you're like, I get it. Look, you're skydiving with someone, so you're with someone. They do everything, so it's like, dude, I'm just jumping out of a plane and a guy's holding on to me, like, you know. But they got to cover everything, you know, to have to watch their ass. So then this guy comes on the video, and he totally looks like a doomsday prepper. Like, he looks like a sex cult leader in the woods. Like, he looks like you if your beard was longer and you had a ponytail and you, like...
I'll get there.
You know, were just, like, making people, like, f in your cabin, you know? Which, 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
I joined the Cult of Pimp.
It's
we
on my
get
vision
cool little
board.
outfits.
You'd be a great cult leader. Always said that about you.
That's very nice. Thank you. But I couldn't do the sex thing.
Yeah, it's weird. Have you watched
Gets
the doc
messy.
where like the guy he manipulates the whole family into sleeping with him?
Ugh.
It's a crazy doc. It's on, I think, Netflix. Even the father, who is straight, flips and then falls in love with him. Good
Really?
times. Great doc. And have you seen the other doc where a guy runs a haunted mansion where he actually waterboards you?
Oh, in New York City blackout, right?
No, this is like it's on Hulu. It's some guy it's called Monster. But no, you go to Virginia and he hides your phone and you disappear for a week and he tortures you.
And it's just a guy.
It's just a weird dude. And he started a cult of people who like being tortured.
This is what happens when you turn into a secular country.
Christian Ian.
Yeah, that's my call. When you drop to your knees, pop the cock out your mouth and pray to Jesus.
So how did it feel to actually fall from a plane?
Well, dude, so you learn all this stuff, and then you get fitted for your thing, and then a guy talks to you, and he's very much like a father figure type, and you get an itch in your brain to make him like you, so you keep cracking jokes and he doesn't laugh. And then your friend Jordan picks up on the fact that he hates you, and then you realize that's the man you're strapped to, and his lesbian haircut wife is the one filming us. And it was the cutest thing ever, dude. Oh my God. So we get in the thing, and we get in the plane, and me and my guy, he's sitting behind, you're like basically like nuts to butts. And he's, you know, sitting behind me, and he could have used a toothbrush that morning, but I'm just grateful that, you know, he knows what he's doing. And so Jordan is next to me, and we're like holding hands and like nervous. We're like laughing. We're so excited. And his wife, who's a videographer, she has a camera on her head. She's in front of us, and dude, they're married. They've been doing this like 25 years, and it was so cute because before we jumped out, they did a secret handshake, and then they kissed each other's hand as a thing of like, if shit pops off, I love you, goodbye.
I feel like you and Jordan need a handshake kiss like
We
that.
did. We imitated their thing. And it was like so nice, and you know, whenever I want to like feel like good, like if I ever want a good cry, I listen to 9/11 tapes of people calling their family. Anytime there's a last phone call, like The Place Beyond the Pines, when he calls and like leaves a message, good God, do I start crying. So I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. So then we are about to jump out of the plane, and I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking ready. Dude, I suggest everyone do it, because if you have a fear, I feel like you should do the thing that scares you to get through it, to get through the uncomfortability and get on the side of comfortable. And you realize, if I can jump out of a plane and live and make it work and be okay, I could get through anything. You know, just look at any piece of adversity as skydiving. You're scared, you got to push through it, and you got a parachute, and you land safely, and you walk away. And all your fears, they exist, but they don't come true, and they don't even have to be real.
Wow,
And the
that's cool.
problem of, you think you're gonna die and this and that. That doesn't exist. All our problems haven't even happened yet. You know, it's about perception.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah. So you should join my cult.
Let's do it. I'll have sex with you.
You're not
Terrible.
my type. Shave and get a suntan, and then we'll talk.
Well, I'll just pass on that.
Well,
were you at
you're
Skank-
not allowed in my cult.
Speaking of new relationships, were you at Skankfest? Did you see? What was your review of DeRosa's action there?
Bro, anytime someone becomes a friend of Fidance, I salute him and I'm ready to welcome him to the club. You know, it's so that was interesting to me because he did a thing that I've been doing since I was 19, and the way people reacted was always my fear of just like laughing and making fun and
Were
like
people
this,
shitty?
dude. Everyone fucking mentioned it. Every comic, everyone, oh, there she is. Oh, that DeRosa. And it was like the running joke of the weekend to the point where I'm on My Wife Hates Me, right? And the jokes start coming and they're funny, whatever. But they keep saying stuff. And obviously I'm like, finally, you know, they're like, what do you think? I go, oh, what about DeRosa finally for the first time in his life being cool? I'm like, you're all losers. This is the shit. We're the future. You fucking analog motherfuckers.
I think it does give him like an elegance. It gives some kind of charm.
Well, I'll say I was, you know, taken aback because at a certain point I'm like, she's a person. What are we doing? She has feelings. You know, it's not just I love jokes, but it was like, what's happening?
Oh, I didn't know it was like that for him.
Well, I'll say this. So I said to a friend, at one point I had this thing inside me that was like, I should run up and be like, stop it, this is a person. I'm like, that's not my role. I shouldn't do that. I was being emotional and I gotta fucking check that at the door. So I go to a friend, I go, this is such a lesson. I go, I feel like I should say something to everyone to defend her. And she goes, you can do that if you want, but you have to ask yourself, are you doing that for her or are you doing it for you? And I go, oh shit, I'm doing that for me.
It's your own ego.
This is my own shit, my own ego, my own savior complex. And I go, dude, thank you for loving me enough to fucking tell me the truth and not just be like, rah, yeah, someone need, you know?
Yeah.
So like, man, thank God. So I checked in with her personally because I know her.
Oh, good.
We've been friends for since like the past 2 Skankfest.
Yeah.
So we talk a fair amount, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a negative thing.
Well,
I didn't know they were making it negative.
It wasn't negative. It was just like tons of jokes. But after a while, if you get ripped on for the same thing, it's like, all right, man, I fucking get it, you know. And I'm like, you know, literally, she's in the front row and like, that's the one, and everyone laughs, and she's taking it like, haha. So I'm like, oh my God, is this person like, you know, coming down here and they feel like they're being like attacked? Not my place to make a stink, but I checked in with her. I was like, hey, how you doing? Are you having fun? She's like, I am having the best time. I'm feeling so much love. And I was like, that's all I wanted to hear.
Oh, good, yeah.
Amazing. You know, I hugged her and was like, hey, I love it. Happy for you. The best. Cool. As long as you're all right, you know. But even then, it's like, not, if she was like, I'm everyone and I'm scared. It's not my place to be like, I'll fix it. It's just my place to be like, hey, I love you and it's okay.
Yeah.
And then be like, it's all love. It's all blah. But she picked up on it, right? And then I thought the cutest, like sweetest thing was after a weekend of like being joked at and like the butt of a joke, DeRosa and her. DeRosa went on stage and sang Time of My Life.
I saw that.
And he brought her on stage. Everybody went nuts, included her in the bit, spun her around, proposed. And it was like such a wonderful moment of like, oh yeah, that's what this is. Jokes. And we all joke. And at the end of the day, it's all love. And that was like beautiful to see. And I really love that. And I mean, DeRosa's full-blown gay. We can all admit that.
It's a new era. I'm just proud of him. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, who gives a shit? It's the best. I've never seen him happier, I'll tell you that
Really?
much.
No, for real.
Bro, live your fucking best life. Do the thing you've always wanted to do as long as you're not being like a piece of shit about it, you know?
No, for real.
And it's I love like there's there's this gal I've been hooking up with.
Ooh.
And
Fun.
not vintage.
Oh, okay.
New gal.
Oh.
Girl
okay.
2.0.
Wow. Upgraded.
Boobs and a a gal for the new era.
Dope.
And so my favorite thing to do, she's super hot, is to show her to my friends and be like, yo, dude, isn't this chick hot? And they're like, oh my God, she's so hot. And then I show them her penis because she's a porn star. And I go, ha ha, you're gay forever. And they're like, what's happening?
I don't get why people are so uptight. Who cares?
Whatever. I mean, I don't know. It's like conditioning or some bullshit, but you got to push through that. You just got to skydive in your own mind.
You become a skydive self-help author.
But I go nowhere past digging deeper than skydiving. Everything is skydiving. Like everything is like, like I'm going through a divorce. Imagine it like jumping out of a plane. They're like, I get it. Now what? Now what, you stupid repeater?
It might be more helpful than your log chopping therapist.
Oh, yeah.
It's nothing worse than a bad therapist.
Bro, dude, I had a therapist years ago, and he was working on a sliding scale.
Okay.
You know what that is?
For his rate?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How much he gets done, how much he gets paid, that kind of thing?
So when a therapist has a private practice, even if they're in another practice, you can go to them and be like, hey, I'm not financially able to afford this. What can you do to work with me? And when people go, therapy's too expensive, it's like, no, dude, you just ask them. Just ask. Say, look, I need this, but I can't afford it. Haggle. I love a good haggle.
Haggle's fun.
Oh, do I love
Great.
haggle.
When it works out.
Bro, and when it doesn't, boy, is it embarrassing. Oh, God. Boy.
What's the worst thing you ever haggled for? Where they're like, we don't negotiate.
Bro, when me and my ex, I would send her out of the room to be like, I'll take care of it. But one time she didn't, and I'm haggling, and the guy goes, no. And I go, come on. What do you think? And he goes, no. And I felt so impotent in front of her. Like, it just felt like such a fool, There's nothing better than the feeling of a haggle. But when you're like, yeah, well, what about this cash? And they're like, no, I can't do it. And you're like, well, what about this? And they go, I said I can't do it. You just feel so small. And you're like, okay, I'll pay full price, And
so the therapist was negotiating. Oh, here it is. Here it is.
Whoa! Yes! Welcome
here,
to the
folks.
Ian Fidance Show.
Yes,
How you
I
doing?
like it.
Yes.
Ian, you needed to come on, and it couldn't have worked out better. The only bad news is we're going to put this episode out after your special.
You are lying? I will beat the fuck out of you.
Dude, no, we got you. We'll move you up. Thank you so much.
You're the best.
Well,
Thank
I appreciate it. Dude, take the platform. It's slowly falling apart as we do it, and I'll play the voice memos one day in court. Now, listen. I can only stay on with you for another 20-25 minutes because Joe DeRosa has given me explicit instructions that if we are not out of this studio by 11:30, that he said that he's going to suck my cock. And after Legion of Skanks, I believe him.
Dude, you know what? Let it happen.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Let it happen.
Let me ask you a question now, Ian.
Let it happen.
Is there a little bit of jealousy? Is there a little bit of animosity towards Joe that now he's the most famous bisexual comic?
No, because I'm like true bi and DeRosa's legit gay.
Fair enough, folks. Ian,
Wait, is he claiming is he bisexual?
well,
Because I
mean,
don't think if you're with a trans person that makes you bi.
Yeah, maybe he's not. I don't know. I feel like it's been a lot of fun to watch kind of this sexual revolution happen in comedy because it just kind of anything goes and I'm with it. Yeah. I like that. Sorry I'm late. I just came. I was supposed to be, Pimp and I were talking yesterday. I did Howard Stern this morning.
No way. Are you serious?
Did it, baby.
Dude.
Did Howard Stern. I was only supposed to be on for 20 minutes, so I was like, I'll be here by 9. I told you to be here promptly. We'll do it. Then this guy kept me on for like 2 hours.
No.
Dude.
No.
Okay, we talked about everything, like stories or whatever. Then the last hour, he brings out this guy who had a genital mutilation fetish and starts posting, and we start going through pictures of this guy putting his exposed nutsack that he cut open on a dinner plate, nailing his cock to a wall, sticking squashes and apples and other fall fun vegetables up his ass. Shout out HelloFresh. He literally, so I stayed, and it was, Ian, let me tell you something. In New York comedy, I think, you know, you could do the Letterman, you know, one day, you know, do the Garden, but I do think Howard Stern getting on that show, when I was sitting there, it's almost that moment you're like, oh shit, I'm on with Howard Stern right now. Like, this is because of my comedy. So you're like, okay, this is something. So, and I couldn't believe it. He just kept asking me to stay. He was like, do you have anywhere to go? Dude. And I was like, no, Ian can rot.
Yes, yes. Dude, that is the best.
That's the clip.
You did Howard Stern.
I did, yeah.
Dude, you know what? Like, I could not even think. I can't even think of a thing that's more like that is.
Yeah.
Except my special Sunday, December 3rd,
which is going to be great. Which is, and where is it again?
The Cutting Room.
The Cutting Room, which is where in New York City.
Yeah.
Which is where I was at a dinner once at the Cutter. I'm sorry, I was at a stage performance once, and guess who was sitting at the table next to me is one and only Mr. Harvey Weinstein.
No.
Yep.
Wow.
Saw him, dude.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Speaking of genital mutilation, did you see his candle burned dick?
No, I'd love to. After seeing what I saw today, the man that we had on today, Frank, who was on the Howard Stern show, had a bifurcated, cut his cock down the middle.
What is
Sorry, he cut his hey babe down the middle. We don't curse on the show. He cut his hey babe down the middle. Shout out Harry's Razors. He cut his penis down the middle, and he removed his testicles. He has no balls, and he cut his penis down the middle. And he has a bifurcated penis, a two-headed serpent, and he loves it. He said when he was a young boy.
I knew it.
Yep.
I knew it.
Yep.
I knew it.
When he was about 9 years old, he said what happened was he was, you know, fooling around with a girl, another 9-year-old, and the mother walked in. This girl's mother walked in, and he was shoving erasers in her vagina. He was taking pencil erasers and putting them in her vagina, and she was like, you know, you little freak, like, what kind of fetish do you have? And he's like,
the mom said that to him.
I think that it just, you know, this was like the whatever 60s. He was like, he was an older man now. He's like, I think it just planted in my head that I'm a dirty little boy and I have a fetish. And then that one day or another, and then that led to cut to him literally shoving full apples up his asshole, where he had to get them emergency removed. Cut to cutting out his testicles and putting them on a dinner plate and having other guys eat a dinner while he has got his nuts on the plate. So it gets weird quick. That's what it is. What were you guys talking about?
Well, Ian learned a lot about himself skydiving.
Oh, did you?
Wait. What? How? Why a pencil in her pussy?
Well, it was an eraser, and I was thinking...
An eraser?
And I said to him, I said, do you think it was you erasing her vagina and wishing that it was maybe a penis or something else? He goes, you know, in 30 years of therapy, I've never thought about that, but that could be it. I was like, well, all I could do is thank BetterHelp.com for getting me there.
You know what it is? He just probably found the only thing in the room that was available. I shoved a space pen up my ass when I was in 6th grade. You know, I can't get a fucking dildo.
Well, I think
AdamandEve.com.
Shout him out. Go see the special December 3rd.
Yeah, IanFidance.com for tickets.
I think though too, what I was getting from this guy is that, you know, when you're a child, right? You know, young, your brain's forming. Like a couple of things that could be what was otherwise a mundane Tuesday,
they
shape your entire life when it was just like if he was in a different state of mind or a day or two older or younger, that would have done nothing, would have went one out the other, but it was the perfect time.
Yeah, and the fact that she goes, you sick little freak, what kind of fetish you? It's like, dude, my God.
I got a fetish and I am a sick little freak.
Oh, yeah.
And I like to shit in a bag and you call me little shitty cupcakes. Sorry, hey babe in a bag, hey babe cupcakes.
We tried
This is our show now, let's be honest. I'll play the voice memo.
We tried to I need to hear this. We tried to make shit ice cubes when we were in high school.
Interesting.
Because I used to make a thing called a piss puck. You ever hear that?
A piss puck? No, but it sounds good, and happy hockey season, everyone. It's begun. Go Flyers. I said that for Ian.
Yeah, you piss in a soda can, only this much, freeze it, and then cut the soda can.
Okay.
Makes it like hockey puck of piss,
Yes.
and you throw it in a door or put it in someone's car window. It melts, and it's just piss.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And this is a Philadelphia thing?
Delaware.
Delaware, sorry,
Delaware.
but you rep Philadelphia.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you
yeah.
upset that the Phillies lost last night? I apologize.
Bro, it was fucking rough.
Yeah, what'd you do? Where were you?
I was at New York Comedy Club, and I was about to go on stage, and Tommy Pope went on stage right when they lost, and he was disassociating.
Yeah.
He was literally like, dude, have you ever, the Jeremiah Watkins show, Stand Up on the Spot?
Sure, great show.
So Tommy went up, and he totally spaced and forgot to ask for suggestions and was mumbling through his act, and people were shouting out, and he's like, what the fuck? And then he kept going into his stuff, and Jeremiah comes out and go, what's up? He goes, dude, I don't know, man. He's on stage mumbling about 9/11.
Yeah.
And he comes off and he goes, I can't believe the Phillies lost. And I'm
I
like,
know.
dude, it's
it's
not that.
These goddamn Diamondbacks.
They're the most boring team.
Yeah.
They have no personality. The Phillies are all heart. They're fucking
I know.
what it's about, and they just fucking.
What a boring World Series now. The Texas Rangers versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. The only person who's happy about the Diamondbacks winning is Sergio Chacon because he loves snakes. That's it. He goes, yo, good game last night, Pop. I was like, you want the Diamondbacks to win? Is that all you knew?
Watching with his boa constrictors.
Yeah. If I asked him, what do you know about the Diamondbacks? He would start reciting facts about the actual snake, not the team.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah.
During the pandemic, I went to Palmyra, PA with him on Father's Day so he could get a boa constrictor
What a
in
great
a
dad.
Walmart
Forget
parking
about your
lot.
wife and child. Let's go with Ian Fidance to the bowels of PA and get a snake.
Yes, dude.
Dirtbag shit.
It was the best. DBS.
DVS.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, Ian, I haven't seen you. Well, I feel like here's the thing with you, with our friendship. I feel like maybe sometimes it could go upwards of 6 months of me not seeing you, but it always feels like I saw you yesterday.
Yeah.
Isn't that good?
I love that.
Because you got positive energy. You know what kind of guy you are? You're the type of guy that you have such good positive energy that you can influence people and make them happy when you're not even in the room. So someone can think about you and say, Ian made me happy. Now, and he may not be in the room with me. I don't know what he's doing. He could either be having sex with a woman or getting fisted by a guy. That's the coin flip of Ian Fidance, and that's what we like. We like to call him in this business a wild card.
Yeah.
And you are the definition of that. But I thought you're the guy, you can affect people's mood even when you're not in the room. Because there's some people that can affect people's mood negatively when they're not in the room. So if you have the power, not everyone has the power to affect people's mood when they're not in the room, but you do, and you're doing it for good, not for evil.
You are the sweetest. That's
Joe
very
DeRosa
kind
is
of you.
completely the opposite of you.
I know. Dude, I talked to him on the phone yesterday, and we're talking, and I'm like, first of all, he said something to me once. He goes, I'll tell you, in this business, I'll never forget one time Jeannie Guadalupe said this and that. I go, who the fuck is that?
Yes.
And he's like, she's an old talent booker from 19. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I love DeRosa, and I was like, dude, you're the fucking best. I love you. I always love talking to you. And he goes, well, thank you, man. I go, well, you're the most miserable person I know.
Yeah.
But I love him. I'm so glad he's living happily. I feel like Jim Norton walked so I could crawl.
Yes.
And Jim Norton crawled so I could walk, and then I walked so DeRosa could run.
Dude, as soon as Salsa Windfall, his band, wants to do a scat cover, you're in.
Oh, dude. That was so kind of you to say that.
Course,
I really
man.
appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Go see his show December 3rd at the Cutting Room. Maybe Harvey Weinstein will be there.
And by the way, Salsa Windfall live show, the 28th of October.
Of October 28th,
that's this
Salsa
week,
Windfall.
this
Is that the one? Is that down at Arlene's Grocery? Where is
Yeah.
it?
Fuck.
Google
Arlene's
it.
Grocery.
I'm going
in
to be in
Philly.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
I'm seeing, dude, I had a weekend, and I changed it so I could go see my favorite hardcore band have a reunion in Philadelphia.
Here's the
Blacklisted.
thing. Here's your choices. Saturday, October 28th. You could either go see Joe DeRosa perform for Salsa Windfall in the basement of some room in Pennsylvania, or go see our friend Nate Bargatze host SNL.
Yes.
So
Oh my God.
So which one would you prefer, folks? They started out together, and their nights are just a little different. I love that the night that Nate's hosting SNL, he's doing Salsa Windfall. That fucking pig, Joe DeRosa. That's what you deserve, pig boy.
And he's got Jeffrey Gurian dancing on stage like the ska guy.
I love it. He's got Joe DeRosa's bringing up Jeffrey Gurian. Nate's bringing up the Foo Fighters. You piece of shit, DeRosa.
Oh my God! Holy shit!
Good.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Joe's just sobbing, doing a cover of Everlong.
Yes.
Bargatze's with the
Fucking
band
idiot.
playing it.
Well, Nate is literally living his dream on an arena tour. They started at the same time.
Started at the bottom, even lower than the bottom.
Yes. Oh, I love it, dude.
I love DeRosa.
I love it.
It's so
good.
funny.
Well, that's the world, folks.
Oh God.
Well, now belt buckle? You've been going with this belt buckle look now, and I think you're bringing it back because I've seen a lot of people with the belt buckle since you've been doing it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I got to tell you, you know what's wild is I always wear like turquoise and Native American jewelry. I love it. I love Native
We know
American.
you're bisexual. You've said it.
Yes. And I show it.
Yes.
I love Native American jewelry and spirituality, and I love Native American spirituality so much, I talked my way out of pussy with a stripper by bringing it up, and she decided to leave.
Yeah. Oh, my God. So what do you think of this Flower Moon movie with Scorsese? Did you see it?
No, I'm excited.
It's about Native American
Have
stuff.
you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I would. What do we got? Pimp flashed us a light.
DeRosa's here. Should we just bring him in?
Let's bring Joe in for 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, because I got to meet Colin Quinn for lunch at 11:40. So we got to do the ads on Zoom.
Amazing.
Yeah, Colin.
Dude, I honestly, I just have to say, you being on Howard's, I could not be happier for you. That is
Thank you,
like
man.
it's a thing of like you said, Tonight Show, Letterman. That's a thing that I think doesn't even register as attainable to comics.
Well, that and it's one of those things where, like my manager was like, he's been doing this so long, he might not be doing it, you can't do this stuff for 40, 50 years. Like you got on, thank God you got on, because at any day he could be like, you know what, hanging it up. Because I mean, what else does Howard have to prove?
And for him to go, why don't you stick around? That's like,
it was nuts. It was nuts because, you feel like you're bombing as, like on those things. You feel like you're telling these stories and then you think like, okay, just get to the end, try to get a punchline here and move on. And then I would get it. It would, get a laugh. And then he'd be like, wait, but go back for a second. Wait, tell me about that part. And then he kept doing that. And I was like, oh, shit. He's listening because I thought he wasn't listening.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Were you getting laughs in the room?
Here we go.
Dude,
oh, boy.
Would you have any content if it wasn't for me anymore? I mean, all you do is talk about my life.
Dude, did you hear that outside?
No, Pimp.
Oh, it's fucking gem, dude. It's definitely the clip. It's definitely the clip. We said on the same night. On the same night you're doing a show at Salsa Windfall. Nate's hosting SNL. Yeah. You're bringing up Jeffrey Gurian. He's bringing up the Foo Fighters.
Yeah. Where are you going to be that night?
Raleigh, North Carolina. It's not sold out.
Dude, I mean, all you do is talk about me on your shows.
Because I love you, dude.
Yeah,
That's love. That's love.
Look who you're sitting next to.
I know.
Look at this balding pig.
I know.
I take up for you, you piece of shit. He was telling me how positive I am. I'm turning it around.
You're
you
fucking
fuck.
positive, dude.
You're
Yeah.
gay now because
Fucking
you were the
HIV
trans woman.
positive.
How's that feel? How's that feel?
I love it.
Me too. Yeah.
Dude, by the way, that's the name of your new restaurant, The Balding Pig. You got to open one up in Pennsylvania. Dude, first of all, you look fucking good. What are you doing? Look at his
He's
hair and his
living
jacket.
his
You look
best
great.
life, dude.
I'm telling you, dude, I'm not going to
Honestly-
divulge information. No, I'm not going to divulge anything unless you say it. But I think it's because you moved out of a situation, a circumstance where you're like feeling open and free. You're wearing it, dude. I'm
Thanks,
telling you,
dude.
dude, you look, no, I swear to God,
That's
you look
really
like
nice.
the
Thank you.
healthiest I've seen in a while.
You know what it is? It's I've been working on something for about a month, and I because I needed to be clear.
What, grooming a
Honestly-
trans woman?
Also, honestly, no joke, for the Arlene show, because we haven't played in so long,
Right.
I was like, I have to be clear. So for the whole month, I haven't drank, And I was telling you, I accidentally started intermittent fasting because I was so like,
you could tell
just working. And
even
I was
your
like,
hair looks better. Everything was better.
Thanks, man. But here's the thing: after Saturday, I'm going to go to shit and start drinking.
Yeah,
No,
piece of shit, dude.
I'll be your sponsor. The
Dude,
steps are steps to a whorehouse.
One way or another, your life was going to end up lonely and depressed in central Pennsylvania.
What is this hat?
It's
who knows?
E-Town Concrete, one of my favorite bands. They're a hardcore band from New Jersey. They got great albums, Time to Shine, The Second Coming, Shout 'Em Out, Ant Money, You're the Best.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, Jesus God, it's so hot in here right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
All right.
But dude, you guys look good too, man. I'm not just
Thank
saying
you.
that back, but I can't
Thank
take
you.
a compliment.
Well, I've got down to a large in Lululemon, so thank you.
Do you know what he just did?
What?
What? Oh, Howard
Fucking
Stern.
Howard Stern.
Oh,
shit.
yeah, I told him. Yeah, he
no,
told
I
him.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know you meant like literally just it.
No, I did.
How'd it go?
Well, I was saying because we had a plan. I said we had a whole situation where we had to be in here early, and I was only supposed to be on. They said for 20 minutes, and that's why I thought I could be here at 9 a.m. But this guy kept me on for 2 hours because they started doing these. They had this sex fetish segment where they had some guy come out like on a video and just show his he would cut open his nuts, his scrotum, and put his bare testicles on a plate. Then he would like to get like rod shoved into his dick. He would put a rod
Sounding.
in one. Yes, that's what it is. He would put one rod in his penis, and you would have the rod in the other end, and then they would kind of just fuck each other. So it just turned into a thing where I was like,
wait, he would cut his nuts out of the sack
and put them on a
He
plate.
took his nuts out.
How do you not die if you do that? I don't understand.
Yeah, how do you not
because he would
bleed
just
out?
control the blood somehow. I don't know, dude.
Did you watch that Gotti documentary on Netflix? It just came out. It's called Get Gotti.
He was the best guy around. But what about all the murder? What murder?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Is it good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, look, this story's been told so many times at this point. But what's interesting about the documentary, it's two things. It's a docuseries. It's 3 episodes. What's interesting about it is 2 things. It talks about the race to put him away and the competition on the prosecuting side of it. I never knew this. Like the police are after them, like setting up the whatever sting operation they can. The FBI is trying to get him. The district attorney's office is trying to. They all compete with each other. I never knew that. I thought law enforcement just worked together.
No, they do not. That's what
they hate each other. When a county comes into the state, they fucking hate it because they want it to be our thing. Our
so
collar.
they get into that. They get into all the different competing parties because it's like a case that will make your career.
Sure,
it'll cement you forever.
Have you noticed?
But hold on. The crazier part is though, nowadays, like with these mob people, like. There's so many guys that are just out now. Like they went away or they testified or whatever it is, but they're free to speak now. Like it's not like it used to be where it was like you never get out.
Right.
Like there are guys out there that can just talk. There are guys
because they serve their time. They can't get busted.
They're admitting to shit on this thing. There's a guy that and this is why I thought of this. So the guy talks about he goes, my nickname was Umbats or whatever. He was like, because in Italian that means crazy. And he goes, because I would do crazy shit. And he's like, he's saying it like literally like he's plugging your North Carolina gig. He's like, he's just like, yeah, it was crazy. I would just do like crazy stuff. And they're like what? And he goes, I remember I got this one job. This guy was banging one of the maid guy's wives. You don't do that. He's like, so I dressed up as a UPS man. And I went down to Florida and I went into his house. And I shoved his girlfriend. I had a package and everything. He goes, I shoved the girlfriend aside when she answered the door. And he goes, I tied the guy to his pool table and I cut his ball sack open. But he just tells it on camera, he's ordering lunch. Wow. And he's like kind of like he's not like laughing like he's proud of it. He's just kind of being like, yeah, that's just kind of what we did. It was kind of weird.
What it is.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But like there are people on this thing admitting crazy. Not admitting, like just like they're able to talk freely.
Have you noticed that the world kind of started going to shit when they broke up the mafia and they really put the kibosh on cigarettes?
No, I didn't, but it's interesting.
I will agree with you. I don't think it's directly related to the 2 things, but I will say that I do think byproducts of the culture changing and like this obsession with health and safety, and it's an obsession. It's not just an interest. That those things are byproducts of it. Like the thing with cigarettes, like cigarettes got so crazy because it was like cigarettes are bad for you. Okay. We got to ban it in restaurants. Okay. We got to ban it in bars.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondhand smoke is bad. Can't do it outside.
Yeah.
Now you got to be this many feet from the building.
Taxing it.
You shouldn't be allowed to
$20 a
smoke
pack
in your
New
car
York.
in case you have a kid, because
Yeah.
then the kid could. It just became so
Control,
insane.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
and it's a buy. So I do think there's some correlation between the event of the stoppage of smoking and like the cultural shift.
And also, cigarettes were a representation of listening to people complaining.
Yes.
Like that was like the
So
original.
you think now because they don't have that
cancel culture.
outlet, they just get mad and it comes out in other
Well,
ways?
yeah, and it also shows you, oh, if we complain enough and like work hard, we can stop things that we don't like. And at the same time, dude, the mafia, get off your phone.
No, so I
the
gotta make
mafia,
sure nobody-
get off your phone. The mafia kept people safe in a way. There was like order, and people knew not to fuck around.
By the way, that's built into your conversation whenever you're speaking. Get off your phone. You're so used to saying that. The other person just doing it.
Oh, fuck you.
That should be the name of your special. Get off your phone.
Please pay attention.
Please call it Get Off Your Phone. That's such a funny
Dude, if you don't name it that, I will.
And
I'm
come
call-
out and have the audience on their phones when you walk out and be like, get off your phone. And have a shot of them putting their phones away.
You know, this guy one time goes, no, I'm not, this isn't a bit. You should really lean into how your name sounds like finance.
Yes, I was
And you
kidding.
Oh, I thought you were serious.
No, the joke was that I was going, this isn't a bit. And it was such a shitty idea that I was like pitching you this terrible
I'm
idea.
so
Like,
dumb.
it was
I'm
was
like,
a bit, and then he
DeRosa's, like,
saw the look in
losing
your
it.
face and he made it a shitty idea. That's what happened.
I called him and I go, you should lean into the fact that your last name sounds like finance. And you should go on stage and do like a thing where you give people funny financial advice. But I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, but I'm
It's
like,
a terrible idea.
of course, he's got this idea. He named his band Salsa Windfall. It's like, yeah, why wouldn't he suggest this?
No, it was.
I thought that would get a bigger laugh in the room.
the bit. People like the band. What can I tell you, dude?
I like
Not-
the band.
That's the thing. Me and Sal were sitting in here trying to shit on it just for fun, and we were like, we kind of like actually just want to keep listening to this goddamn album.
Yeah.
It's good stuff,
It's
dude.
You were
good.
trying to shit on it. Sal wasn't, or at least Sal claims he wasn't.
Dude, it's good.
Yeah, I guess we won't. I
Put your
guess.
money
you know
where
what?
your
I'll
mouth
say it on the-
is.
I'll say it on camera right now in front of everybody. Sal lies.
Ricotta, salada. All right, I gotta go.
All
You gotta
right,
start
yeah,
Taste
we
Buds.
gotta do
Love you guys.
Taste Buds.
Go ahead, dude.
You're
Thanks,
the best.
guys. Love you, man.
Congrats, man. That's
December
fucking
3rd,
incredible.
Check his special out. Get there to the Cutting Room in New York City.
IanFidance.com.
When's this
I
come
love
out?
you.
Can I plug?
Yeah. We're gonna probably put this out sooner than later, right? Because we got to get it out before December 3rd.
Next week? All right, well, the TLA, November 9th, KGB Bar, where I'm doing the readings from the audiobook for New York Comedy Festival. And then November 11th, TLA. There's only a little bit of tickets left for Philly, so please come out to that. And then I got a bunch of other dates, joederosa.com. Please come out.
I
There you
love
go.
that.
On ChrisDComedy.com. I got Pittsburgh, Detroit, Columbus. We just put LA, the Wiltern, so it's a big one. Need you guys there. San Diego, Reno, Nevada. ChrisDComedy.com for tickets.
Sorry to slide back on the We
No,
just
dude.
announced Gramercy, New York.
Gramercy.
January.
Go see him, Joey D
When?
at Gramercy.
I think it's January something.
Oh, I can't make it. I want to thank you. I know you squeezed me in especially to get this out for my special, and you guys are always so kind to me, and I really appreciate it.
Of course,
that.
man.
I love you, buddy.
Love you,
Thank
bro.
you.
Don't be a fake, don't be a flake, don't run away